Good morning, guys. This is Crystal. I'm just starting to do some makeup videos, and this is my first one. So I'm gonna do a just different makeup look today. Let me go ahead and start by getting my face prepped. I'm gonna use a NARS oil-free primer. It's called Pro Prime. Gonna put that on here. I like to just put this on without a brush. You put it on your cheeks and your chin and your nose, and then just do it in circular motion around your nose, your face. I like to put a little bit on my neck because when I'm putting on the foundation, I like to go a little bit down my neck just so it blends in really, really well. All right, and then I also have this POREfessional. It's called a Pro Balm Professional by Benefit, and you only need a small amount of that, like a pea-size amount. And I just like to apply that to my cheek area because it smooths really, really well. It just smooths out those pores. And then my nose, because I get lots of pores on my nose. And even up here on my head, it kind of just smooths out my forehead. And then I always like to work out. All right. So I have all of that on right now. Okay. So now what I'm gonna do, I have this Younique. It's called Mineral Touch Liquid Foundation, and mine is in Taffeta, if you can see that, Taffeta. And I'm going to put this on. So how I do this, I have an actual liquid foundation brush. It's a Sephora one. And I shake up my foundation really, really well because it's very liquidy. And this is kind of like a dropper, so it's pretty cool. So I take it, and instead of applying it to my face, I apply it to my brush. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to take some small amounts, put it above my cheek and my chin, and then I just blend in really, really well. And if you can see that, it's just taking away all of my redness, which is really, really good considering that I have a lot of redness. And I just blend in really, really well. I like to put a little bit on my eyes too, just because it's kind of like a prep for your eyes. I'm actually currently out of eyeshadow primer right now, but my eyeshadow still stays pretty well whenever I put the concealer and foundation on my eyelids. So I just do that with the foundation brush, and then in order to get like a nice touch, smooth look with it, I just like to go over and blend it in a little bit with my fingers. Okay, so that is the foundation. All right, the next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do some blush and some bronzer. So actually, what I'll probably do first, I'm gonna do some bronzer. And I actually have this really cool kit, and I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like. It's kind of coming apart, but it's a Sephora palette that I had got a while back ago, but I still love it. And it's got a bronzer inside of it that I like to use. This is the brush that I like to use for the bronzer. It looks like a nice, fun, poofy fan brush. This is actually a Bare Minerals brush too, and it's called Featherlight. And so I just blend it in. I just dip the powder with the bronzer in the brush. And then what I like to do, I start with the corner of my mouth and work towards the top part of my ear. And that's my first layer of the bronzer. And then I start the other side, corner of my mouth, and work up to my ear. See? And then, of course, it'll look really weird until you blend everything in. But then I take it and I add some up here to right to the tip of my forehead, up here at the top. Okay. And then I add some to the sides of my nose, just because it kind of slenderizes my nose a little bit. And then I take some and I put it underneath my chin, like this direction. And then I put it this direction because it's very slimming. See? I kind of slimmed my face and my neck. I'll just do a little bit more. And then I was taught this trick a long time ago. If you make a backwards 3 with your bronzer, you go 1, 2, 3. So see how that's a backwards 3? And then you do the other side. You go 1, and then down your neck. See? Okay, and then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add my blush, and I'm gonna use my big blush brush, and this one is actually my Sephora brush, and it's number 121. It's called the Precise Natural Powder Brush, and I'm actually going to use a pretty pink blush today, and it looks like that, and I'm going to blend that in. And what I like to do, I start with the apple of my cheek, and then I blend up like that. And then start with the other side and blend up. Okay, see? And when it gets all blended, it'll look a lot better too. Okay, so that is my blush. And then what I'm gonna do, I actually don't have a specific highlighter for my cheeks. Actually underneath my eyes and right here on my nose. So what I do, I actually use a really light eyeshadow and I add it under my eyes, like a highlighter, because of course I don't have one right now. So I like to do it in kind of like a dot formation. You do dot, 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 kind of like you would if you were applying like eye cream. And I like to do it all the way out so it really highlights that bone right there. See? And so there's that. And then I add a little bit right there on the bridge of my nose. And then I add right here to my Cupid's bow. And you'll see what that does when I add my lip color. Okay, and then I also like to add some up here to my eyebrow, because when I do my eyebrow pencil in shade, it actually highlights my brows a little bit. So see? Okay. I'm gonna add a little bit more down here, just to make me look a little bit more awake. And then I also have this really cool illuminator, and it's actually by NARS as well. Let me find it 1 second. Okay. All right. So this one is NARS. It's called Super Orgasm Illuminator. And this, you only need a small amount, guys. I mean, small. So I like to add this right here to my cheeks, just to add a little bit of glitter shimmer to my blush. And then I do the same amount on my other side. See? And then I've got my cheekbones, and they're nice and poppin'. Okay, so there's that. Now, what I'm gonna do, I'm actually gonna go back through and kind of blend out everything on my face. So I'm just gonna, with that bronzer that was up at the top of my forehead, I'm bringing it down. And then I'm blending all this. Okay. So there's my complexion. I've got all my blush, my bronzer, my illuminator, foundation, all that good stuff. Okay. Now I'm going to do some eyeliner and my eyeshadow. So how I'm gonna do that, I actually have a Smashbox palette that I got quite a little bit ago. Obviously it's falling apart, but I still love the colors. So it's actually got some liner colors inside of it, and obviously I use it quite a bit. So I actually have this eyeliner brush. It's called Irons, and it's by Tarte. So I actually am going to use this today. With me wearing blue and green today, that's kind of going to be my colors. I'm actually going to use, with my eyeliner, I'm going to use the kind of cream eyeliner part, but then I'm also going to blend it in with this blue color. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I start on the inner part of my eye, right here, and I work my way out. Okay, and then I'm gonna do the other eye. Do the inner. And work my way out. Okay, so there's my eyes. That's my eyeliner, at least starting out. Okay, and then I'm gonna add it actually to the top part, just because I like the blended look when I add the shadow on top. So with that, I'm actually gonna do a dark blue. See this really pretty royal blue right there? I'm gonna add that. And how I do this, I actually start from the outside and work my way in. And I like a little bit of a thicker line on the top lash. Just because then I can make it more dramatic and kind of blend it in. So let me do that again. And this, I start from the outside again. But you kind of have to figure out what's the easiest way for you, because it can be really hard. Let me try that again. I need to get a skinnier lash brush. just so I can get a better line on my liner. Okay, so there's that. Add a little bit more on this side. Okay, so there's that. All right, so now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start with my eyeshadow brushes. And I've got quite a few of them, but my favorite one is this one. This is a Sephora brush, and it's number 234. It's called the Medium Shader. And what I'm going to do with this, because I'm kind of doing some blues and greens, and I might pop in a purple. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start with like a light blue shadow, like this. And I'm going to start, and I'm going to put that all over. And that's going to be my all over shadow. And I really like this shadow brush because it helps the color stay on whenever you put it on your eyelids. And you don't have to worry about a lot of fall off because a lot of shadow brushes do that. And then I'm just going to keep adding it on until I get a really nice all over color of this light blue. Okay. And I'm going to add some more over here. Okay. Now, so that is that. That's the light blue. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do like a shadow look. So my next color that I'm going to do is going to be like an emerald green. And I will show you that. This brush is actually from Stila, and it's a really old brush, so they probably don't even have it anymore, but I really like it because it has the cone brush at the end, and then it has the nice medium shadow brush at the other end. So what I'm going to do with this emerald green, I'm going to take it, and where my outside of my eyelid is, I'm going to actually bring it in from where my midline of my eyelid is. And I'm going to bring it in almost all the way. And then I'm going to make like an alligator with it, which is fun. I like that saying. So you make the mouth open towards your nose. And there you go. So there's that side. Now I'm going to do this side. And you do the same way. You start with the outside. And then you bring it in. Like he's eating your nose. And there's his mouth. Okay. So that's the first start of it. Now I'm going to add some purple to it. So the purple I'm going to do is like this. And I'm actually going to add that to my inner eyelid. See? Add a little bit more up here. Okay. Now, I'm going to blend it because that will make it nice and smooth. So with this, I was taught a long time ago that you do windshield wiper, circle, circle, circle. So I start from the outside and I go windshield wiper, circle, circle, circle. And you do it lightly so you don't blend it all the way out. Windshield wiper, circle, circle, circle. See? And it blends out the middle of it to where it looks really good. And then I'm going to add a touch of color to the inside of my eye. And I'm going to do that with this little brush right here. And I'm going to do, I think I'm going to do a fun lime green. And I'm just going to add that to this inner eye right here. Okay, so there's that. And let's see. And I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add a little bit of this dark purple. I have a really pretty dark purple. And I'm gonna kind of blend that in with my liner. Just because. I know I have some of the blue on there, but I think it'd look really pretty with the dark purple kind of shaded in it. And then when I do my mascara, it'll also blend in this eyeliner kind of doodad. But I think I want to blend that in a little bit more too. And I'm just starting on the outside and blending it in. And I pretty much just blend it until it gives me the look I want. Okay, so now I'm going to do some mascara. And the mascara that I'm going to do is called, I just got this one. Oops. I just got this one. So we'll see how it works. I know it's not Sephora brand or Ulta, but I'm going to see how it works. It's the CoverGirl Clump Crusher. So it's supposed to give me 20 times volume and make sure that I have no clumps. So let's see how this bad boy works. So what I do, I always keep my eyes open because if you close them, it's not going to work out too well. So I take it and I kind of work it to the end of my lashes. And I also like to blink sometimes just to give it a really good look. And I pretty much just keep adding it until it gives me the length and everything that I want. And then I also add it to my lower lash line. So there's one eye. I'm gonna go a little bit slower, just. Okay. Now, see how I got some of it on my eyeshadow? What I like to do with that is I add more eyeshadow. So, that was some of my light blue color. So, I'm just gonna blend it out. And then I'm gonna add some more, just so I can take that eyeshadow powder off, because when you add more it kind of flakes off onto your eyelashes. Okay. So it's not quite giving me the lash blast that I was wanting, but it's more than I had, and that is good for me. Okay. And I'm getting a little irritated with this, so I'm really gonna blend it in. Because sometimes I like that there, and other times I don't. There. There. Okay. Now, I'm gonna do the other eye. Okay. So I squiggle on the bottom, and I pull it out. Squiggle and pull. That's what I do. Squiggle and pull. And actually, I'm going to take this, and I need to get the inside. Okay. Let's try again. And because I have a bigger nose, I can't just do this because it'll get black on my nose. So I have to do it from the other way. Okay. I'm getting somewhere with my lashes. So there is that. Okay. So there's that. I need to blend some more in my bottom lid. Now, because I did that, I want to do some more of my emerald green shading. And I'm actually going to use this brush. It's kind of a short, if you see it, short kind of blender brush. There. And I'm going to do that same thing. Haha. go back through and I'm going to blend it in a little bit more. All right, so there's that. Okay, so there's my eyes. Now I gotta do my lips. Okay, so with my lips, let me get everything ready here. I'm gonna start with a red lip liner. Just to give it a little bit of a lined shape. Now, I'm going to add some color. Now, I'm going to do, since I went for kind of a blue and a purple, I'm going to do like a soft, maybe a soft pink. And all these colors are out of that palette. This is a lip color. That's inside the palette. And I like to layer it. And then, I'm not done yet with my lips. I'm gonna get a little tissue.